Alright guys, on this windy day, today is a perfect day to show you how to make the stuff that I burned in my other videos, which is called R candy. So, you can see here that I have all the necessary things that I need to cook the stuff. And at this point, before we start, I'd like to have a few disclaimers. First of all, cooking this stuff is dangerous. So, this video is for educational purposes only, and you should not try it at home unless you're a professional. But, you know, I'm not a professional myself, but still, if you don't know what you're doing, then don't try it. Better to be safe than sorry. So, with that, I guess I should introduce the ingredients. The first ingredient we'll need is potassium nitrate, 400 grams of this stuff. We need 200 grams of sucrose, or table sugar. We need 80 grams of caro syrup, which is basically corn syrup with the scientific name. It might not be scientific, but anyways, I'm not sure what the caro syrup does, but I think it's got an important role. And finally, we have the 400 grams of water. And basically, for any mix that you're doing of R candy, your amount of water by weight should equal the amount of potassium nitrate. And so now, as for the cooking things, you can see here that I'm using a gas burner, and I would highly go against using a gas burner since the flames can potentially ignite the mix when it gets drier. But since I don't have any thing else that's safer to use to cook, such as an electric skillet, I'm just gonna have to be forced to use this. So you see the pan. Here's a wooden thing to use to mix. Finally, you see the clock over there, so that we can see the time. So, I guess we should get started by first pouring the water in. So, we undo this. You see all the water in there. We'll pour this in. Alright, plenty of water here. And with the water, let's pour in the sugar, the sucrose. You can see the powder. You can see the line that I marked so that I can use it in the future. So, we're just pouring the stuff in. This is quite a lot of table sugar here. Okay. Now, we have the potassium nitrate to pour in, which is a granulated mixture in a sort of way. So, pouring this stuff in. And this is quite a lot of mix to be using with such little water, but this is all according to this person named James Yon. He's got a website. You should check out his website because he's the one that gave me the directions. Last but not least is the caro syrup, which you can see is a pretty gooey mixture. Let's add this in. It's very gooey. And when it doesn't pour out, you want to use your wooden stir thing to kind of get the rest of it out as much as possible. So try getting all of it out. If not, then most of it. Alright. And now, with the caro syrup placed in, we can start this thing up. Right now it's 2:12. So let's arm this thing. You can't really see it that well. Okay, now you can. And the wind is pretty windy today. It's blowing quite a lot of stuff. The wind. Well, anyways, let's arm this. Start this up. It's started up. Now, the first thing you want to do is that when the thing starts up, you want to keep it at full flame until it starts boiling. If it's in an electric skillet, you want to put it up to 300 degrees. Wait till it boils. If you have an electric skillet, you keep it at 300. If it's one of these gas burners, you keep it boiling until, well, you keep it at full until it starts boiling. At that point, you can put it to a little less than half. So, running out of recording space, let's record later. Right now, 2:19, which is 7 minutes in. The mixture is notably getting quite a lot smaller. At least the amount of powder is. At this point, just stir every once in a while. Eventually all the powder will dissolve. The water should start boiling, and just periodically mix it every now and then. And we'll record again once it starts getting low, the water level. So ending at 2:20. See you back. 2:22, and the mixture is starting to boil. All of the powder is dissolved, and at this point it's basically just a race against time to get all the water boiled out. So, like I said, every now and then just give it a few stirs, because at the very surface you'll see some crystals, since this solution is so super saturated. And at this point, when it's boiling, just set it to a little less than half. I believe you can see my hand. Maybe not, but just set the gas to a little less than half at this point to save some gas. If you're on an electric skillet, keep it at 300 until further noted. And so, like I said, it's basically a race against time to get this done. And we'll record again once the stuff turns into a scrambled egg texture. So, until then. Alright, something interesting to note. When you listen to this water boil, it seems to boil with a different sound. Has a very mushy sound when it boils. So, other than that, nothing else to say. Just wait until this starts getting really low. And at 2:25, going out again.